When our business is stuck or it reaches a plateau, it's because we, as the leader, are stuck or stagnant in our own growth process. And as a result, we're creating a job for ourselves instead of building a freedom giving, sustainable, scalable, enjoyable, profitable business. And there's a big difference there. Usually, we've fallen into one of the three traps, which we started discussing last week with trap number one, the reactivity trap. So if you missed last week, go back to the email of the Heart Spark, or go to my YouTube channel or my Facebook page and watch last week's video that discusses how being stuck in the reactivity trap is hindering your success, freedom, enjoyment in your business and in your life, and how to begin to break free from it. Today we're moving on to trap number two, which keeps you stagnant in business and life, which is the success trap. And it goes like this. You're talented at what you do. You've built a very successful business. You're in demand, and you're incredibly grateful for it. It's wonderful, right? But the demand of your success is keeping you stuck, working the way that you think you have to, in overwhelm and overwork, to keep it going instead of being able to work the way that you really want to, in freedom, ease, and joy, and expanded capacity. You're following all the strategies and formulas for success. You're doing the shoulds and the supposed tos, and you're doing all the things, and you're not enjoying any of it. And you feel trapped in all of it. You're having to do it all, carry it all, and the success of the business rests on your shoulders alone, and it feels so burdensome and heavy. You're in demand, you're needed, which allows you to feel valuable and purposeful, yet your business can't run without you, and so you never get a break. And in essence, you're creating a highly demanding and irritating and frustrating job for yourself that is draining, rather than expanding your capacity and growing the business in the way that you really want it to. So you're just trying to keep the status quo. But in order to do that, you got to work harder and work longer and do more. And you don't have the margin of time or energy to even begin to think about how you really want to grow it or what you really want to be doing. That would just mean even more for you to do to try to grow the business. And you don't see a way to do that. So you just grind every day doing what you have to do to keep all the plates spinning, and you're worn out. And you frequently daydream about the freedom that you want to feel. And you want to be able to have time and energy to do what matters most to you in life, and to have real time off without constantly thinking about work or taking work home. And you wish that you could really do what lights you up in a way that would impact more people in a much more enjoyable and more sustainable way. But you only have enough time and energy, barely, to even get through the days and to keep your head above water. You're also believing the lies that are contributing to this whole process, that you've got to keep doing what you're doing, that this is just the way it's got to be, that you have no other options, that you can't make the courageous changes that you want because then you disappoint people. It may cost you something, including the revenue that you currently have. You don't have a way to change it. You don't know where to start to change it. And if you do, it will cost you, and it costs you your success, and you're afraid of that. And so you just keep doing what you've always been doing, and none of it's working. And I stayed trapped in that same prison for years and years and years, and I can tell you it is a hellhole. And you're honestly the only one keeping yourself there, because you do have a choice and you do have options, and there is another way. And if that's where you are right now, I'd love to help you break out and create the freedom business that you yearn for. A few things that you'll need to learn to break free from this trap, to free in this trap. And the first one is this: you got to connect to your heart, and you got to gain clarity about what you really want. You got to, what is it that you feel led to create? What lights you up, and how do you really want to use your gifts in the unique way that you were made to create change in the world? Stop just pushing down your feelings and start honoring them, because it's the divine design that God put in you, and He wants to honor that and help you build it or create with you. And not listening to that will lead you to misalignment and extra stress, stagnation, burnout, and even dis-ease in your body and your spirit. The second thing that you're going to have to do is, once you've clarified what you really want to create and you align with your passion and your unique design that God put in you, then ask for help from someone who's been there and who is leading the kind of business that you want now, so that you can learn to expand your capacity as a leader of your business to carry the more that you were created for. And you'll need a clear vision and an effective strategic plan with aligned action steps to create the vision that you have in the most effective and the most productive way. You also need to make sure that your business model supports the business that you really want to be creating, instead of limiting what's possible for you. The third thing that you want to do is, once you have clear vision and an effective strategic plan that you can implement to build the business that you want, then you're going to have to determine the role that you want to play in your business. And what does that look like? Do you want to work in your business? Do you want to grow your business to run without you? What does it look like when you're working in your zone of genius, doing what you're great at, what you love, what lights you up? How much do you want to work? How do you want to work? How do you want to show up in your business? What is that zone of genius, and how do you make shifts so that you can work in your zone of genius and not be weighed down by the things that you don't need to be doing, that drain you, or maybe that you're not that great at, and that aren't growing the business, aren't most productive for you to grow the business to next level success. Also, it's important to determine what support you're going to need. What team members do you need in place around you? And what are their roles and their responsibilities, so that the business can run like a well-oiled machine? Further, learning and understanding what you do versus what you need to delegate and drop is essential to grow in the business to the next level of success and impact. And what processes and what systems need to be implemented that will empower the business to run more efficiently and more smoothly in an automated way. That's super important. Finally, adjusting your role means learning how to lead others well. And that requires you to grow as the visionary leader of your business and develop your team around the mission and the vision of the business, while building a healthy organization for everyone, including learning how to be the healthiest version of you. You don't have to sacrifice success for the sake of your health or your happiness, or vice versa. You can create a freedom business that maximizes impact and profitability, and you can lead it with ease and enjoyment in a way that lights you on fire. And it starts with reconnecting to your true essence, to your power inside, and harnessing that, and connecting to your inner wisdom, and learning how to create and lead your business from the inside out, not the outside in. It also requires you to learn to let go, to let something in of a higher nature. We have to let go of things of a lower nature. So it's important that we learn to let go of the control and open up space for what we want to come in, and be willing to let go of the lower version of our business and the lower version of ourselves, so that we can open and expand into the higher level of both. Staying stuck in the success trap is limiting your capacity as a leader, and it is stealing the joy and the ease of growing a scalable, sustainable, profitable business. That's just the bottom line. And it is robbing you of the life of freedom and fullness that you were created for also. And if you're ready to break free from this trap and the other traps, the one that we discussed last time and the one we're going to discuss next week in our continued discussion of this, then you'll want to discover, and if you're ready to discover exactly how, and you want to be supported by someone who has been there and who knows the way out, and by a community of like-minded and like-hearted business owners who are walking their own path to freedom, enjoyment, and next level success, then let's talk. I have two incredibly transformational coaching programs for business owners who want to soar in business growth and success and live a life they love with the freedom, the impact, the enjoyment, and the abundance that they were created for. And if you're ready for total transformation with amazing, incredible results and freedom that you yearn for, then I'm here to help you make it happen. Click that button below and let's talk.